Hello, welcome to Johnny Mac's Fighting Podcast, Raw, the edition of Raw from November 6th, I believe. This is part 2 of that. What I'm going to do is just talk about who won the Battle Royal and why it's a surprise to me. I was expecting somebody like Nikki Cross to win because of her history with being tag team partners with champion Rhea Ripley. But when you see how the match started off, it's no wonder why she didn't win. She was just staring at everybody aimlessly like she didn't know what's going on around her. So it's a very interesting time to see the Nikki Cross character because this is something we haven't seen from her. We've seen her go from acting like she's crazy to being almost a superhero, to going back to acting crazy, to now acting like she doesn't even know what's going on. I was really surprised to find out Nia Jax didn't win or Raquel Rodriguez. But because of Raquel trying in the past and they want to do things differently than they've done in the past themselves, it's not a surprise they went with their new challenger. And Zoe Stark, I think, is the right person because she is brand new and her character is perfect for this because even though Rhea Ripley is not a hero, she's a villain. Zoe Stark going against her is perfect because whatever strength she thinks she has, she, that being Zoe Stark, can find a way to turn it into a weakness. That's why it's perfect. And I was fast forwarding some and then I realized, wait a minute, I have closed captioning and the TV's on mute. Why don't I just read what Rhea Ripley has to say and what Zoe Stark has to say back to her? So that's what I'm going to do now. Jackie Redmond is the one doing the interviews. Let's see. The question is, because the tag team titles be on the line in a rematch against former champions, will that affect Rhea Ripley as far as preparation goes? Before Rhea Ripley could finish her sentence, Zoe Stark interrupted her. Let's see what Zoe said. she said focus should be entirely on her. So I'll make sure that you don't forget that at Crown Jewel. And she said that it all has to do with Nia Jax being the reason she didn't win at Crown Jewel. Zoe Stark said she didn't forget that she was thrown onto all 4 women by her, but she wants Rhea not to forget, or actually to remember she's the one that's going to beat her for the title. And she said the same thing most people have said throughout the years. Hold on to that title tight because I'm going to take it. Somehow Wade Barrett, who's not even American, by the way, somehow he got the World Champions Legacy Championship belt. Michael Cole didn't get anything. Not even from one of his state teams, and that's pretty bad. So they just showed that as a result of the assault on the Miz by Ivor, he will go against the Miz next week. That's tonight on Raw. And also tonight on Raw, Tegan Nox will go against Piper Niven. Tegan Nox has Natalya in her corner, and Niven has her tag team partner in her corner, Chelsea Green. And also tonight, Shinsuke Nakamura goes against Otis. In the Undisputed Tag Team title rematch between Rhodes and Uso and Damian Priest and Finn Balor will happen tonight on Raw. I was actually surprised that they made Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins a heavyweight title match last week, because I thought usually that was something they would want to build up. But I like the idea because it helps show what Sami Zayn really can do. I mean, he showed a lot against Roman Reigns, but because Roman Reigns doesn't fully get to show what he can do in the ring, where Seth Rollins can, that's why this means so much more. When they go to commercial break, they showed an advertisement commercial for NXT, and they showed that they're going to be starting the second annual. They had to do with an Iron Man thing. I'm not sure, but Deadline is supposed to be a once-a-year show for Iron Survivor Challenge matches. So the qualifying matches started last Tuesday. So I'm going to continue my discussion after I find out how this match went down for the heavyweight title. I'm going to look at NXT from last Tuesday night to see what happened. And I'll be looking at Dynamite and Impact and SmackDown. And I believe by the time I get through with this, by the time I get finished with this, I'll be close to using most of the allotted time on here. Show replay of Solo's match against John Cena. Some people are going to hate this comment, some people are going to like this comment. So I'm not looking to be popular or hated, I'm just looking to be honest. The reason I don't agree with them calling John Cena the greatest of all time is because there were so many men that came before him that I think that he could learn from, that it's hard to think of him as being the greatest of his generation in any way, let alone greatest ever. And it's not that I don't like John Cena. Liking has got nothing to do with this. It's just the fact that when you see him wrestle and and you can see other people throughout the years, and if you study the way they wrestle and everything, then you can see that John Cena is very good, but greatest of all time, I would not go that far. But then again, some people might say that who I consider to be the greatest of all time was not great. So it's all a matter of opinion, most likely.